Hey everybody, Samantha here from Heartfire Media, and today's Straight Fire tips of the day is going to be a combination of some questions. I got Q&A questions, ask me anything about being an entrepreneur. I posted it on my Facebook and my Heartfire Media page, Samantha and Heartfire Media page. So these are just a few questions from viewers, friends, and colleagues. So I'm going to go ahead and answer the questions for you guys about being an entrepreneur and some of the struggles that we have, or just kind of in general. The first question is from Saulo Alonso Rodriguez. Hi Saulo. If you write a book, he asks, if you write a book about failure and it doesn't sell, is it called success? I don't know what that means, but I'm taking it as, is it a success whether or not it sells? That's kind of what I'm taking this question as. And the answer is yes, because I'm a very big believer in failing forward and just doing. And so it's called massive imperfect action, meaning, you know what, you could talk, everything doesn't have to be perfect as long as you're doing and spitting content out and creating and writing books, writing blogs, just developing marketing stuff. It doesn't matter if it looks good, you're doing it and other people aren't. And that's the difference. And if it's a success to you because you were able to get it out of your head and document it, you journaled your life and your experiences. So I don't see anything wrong with that, and I don't see how it couldn't be a success. So yes, the answer is yes. Next question is from Richard Chacon. How do you know which companies to chase after? This is a really good question because I can't even tell you, probably years, I don't know, chasing the wrong customer. The way that I figure out who to chase is to really analyze and research the budget, the behaviors of the business, how that type of business grows, and the needs of those type of businesses you're going after. So for instance, I used to go after a lot of mom and pops. I would go after anybody who would just talk to me and say, yes, I'll charge you $500, I'll charge you $200 just to let me do this, this, and that. But what I found out just through experience is that that small mom and pop can barely afford to pay their light bill, to pay their phone bill, to keep up with building a website. They're just getting themselves off of the ground. So for me to be charging them and be pulling it out of them, and then of course them telling me, oh, I can't pay you this month, that whole BS that you have to go through with a small business, I was done. I was like, no, this type of customer isn't my customer. But then through experience, I'd get a client who was bigger company, had about $1 million to $1 million minimum in revenue. And that's the kind of client that says, you know what, I need to invest in my marketing. We have to have somebody doing our social media at all times. How much is it? Just tell me how much it is. Okay, well, we charge this much a month, done. And they're not on your ass, they're not nitpicky, because they understand the value that you bring. Just report to them the results and they're happy. And so once we figured out, man, that customer was awesome. They believed in us, they were good with the price, they let us be and do our jobs the way that we do it very well and we excel. We report to them the results, making sure they're getting results and they're good to go. So when I found out just through experience, A was not good, B was amazing, then I went after B hardcore. Who are the businesses in my realm who need our services, who can't function without them, who are on a growth trajectory, and who have at least $1 million, $2 million minimum in revenue, who can afford the services. Third question is by Yusuf Chaudhry. What is the #1 struggle every business goes through, and how do you solve it? Well, where do I start with that one? And how that elevator pitch. Hi, I'm Samantha. We own a media marketing company. We specialize in video, web, social media, and public relations. I mean, I just repeated it over and over and over. And then you get the people who don't believe in you because they're like, yeah, another startup. Yeah, you're a girl, like whatever. Who's your boss? Like, who's the owner? And I'm like, I'm the owner, fool. You go through a lot just to prove yourself and get your name out there. And you are on the grind. And then when you do get some money in the door and you're going, you have to prove yourself. You have to do a kick-ass job at every project. And then you get paid crap, because the money that you do get paid, it goes back to the expenses, so you don't get to pay yourself very much money. Definitely didn't go right back into my pocket. And so I think that's what it is. Just the #1 struggle for businesses is just to get your name out there and to start. But the good news is that passes. It does pass when you perform well, you prove yourself, you get good reviews from your customers, and then you start getting referrals, and then you start getting repeat business. That's my favorite, is repeat business, because it's a huge compliment. It's a testament to the good work you do when somebody says, I'm just gonna call Sam, she'll take care of it, and we're good. So yeah, I think that's the number one struggle, is just getting started and getting your name out there. The hustle is the hardest, and then the finances, trying to balance getting paid. And a lot of people ask, is it the chicken or the egg first? Like, do I need to make the money and then I pay myself, or do I put it all back into the business? I say a little bit of both. It's a balance. So I always say, pay yourself a little bit. You know, you got to pay your electricity and you need to pay for your groceries and stuff, but don't think you're going to pay your mortgage and get out of debt right away. I mean, that stuff comes years and years later when you can actually pay yourself a good, decent salary. So, okay, last question. David Hyman asks, how should a business owner establish a solid personal board of directors, aka some mentors? This is a really good question, David Hyman. Hey, David. I think, just from experience being on a couple of boards myself, a board of mentors and having a board help you decide on your business can be very beneficial, but it's also not necessary for some people. So when you have a board of mentors, they are making the decision, helping you make the decisions on your financials, on your business plan, on kind of like your strategic marketing. They are the ones helping you make those decisions. So if you don't want to hear that, and these should be people who you trust with a lot, because this is your baby and you're giving them the power to have, you know, just some influence on the decisions you're making for your business. So they better be badass. They better have good experience. Somebody that could just be really brutally honest with you. And also, I always advise, get somebody on your board who has nothing to do with your business. Somebody who's just an everyday Joe who might actually be a potential consumer, a customer, and they can give you a complete outside perspective on what to do with your business. So that's a piece of advice I would give you, David. Get somebody who's not even involved in business at all. But the rest need to be. They need to know financials, how to show you your profit and losses, how to show you where you can excel more, how to give you ideas for marketing. People who have major connections, who say, you know what, I know a person who knows this, I'm gonna get you what you need. And that's the whole point of having a board, is having a team of people who are rooting for you, who are helping you and guiding you through the process. So choose wisely. Definitely choose wisely, because they're privy to a lot of the personal information within your business. And on the boards that I serve, there is accountability. That's what it is. It's accountability. And so we go through the financials and we say, well, where did this money go? And why do you need this much more money? And where are you spending these dollars? And so how much are you paying yourself? I mean, they will go, we go. I mean, that's the whole point, is to keep you guys on track. So be aware of that people will be all up in your business. So again, there's lots of benefits to that. And then personally, I'm not ready for all that. I'm not ready for somebody else to have control over my vision. Maybe when I get there I will. But hey, you guys remember Steve Jobs? I don't know if you saw that. Is it called Jobs? Was that movie called? Yeah. Remember, he had a board and then his ass was voted out. So don't make that mistake either, because boards, again, once you sign all that documentation as a board, they can vote your ass out of your own damn company. So just be aware of that. I'm not ready for that. I don't think I'm big enough yet. But it doesn't ever hurt to have mentors. That's key to success, is having mentors for everything in life. So I hope that answered your question, David. But yeah, that is it. Those are just some of the questions that I got from our comments. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/HeartFireMedia. That's my company page where you can find a lot of the straight fire tips. And then follow me on my public page, facebook.com/TheSamNajera. We'll put the graphic links below, and then you can find me on the interwebs. Also, I'm trying to build my Instagram, so follow me on Instagram at TheSamNajera, the same thing. All right, I hope these answers helped you guys with some of your questions in being an entrepreneur. It is not easy, it is hard, but if you have that passion and the grind, you've got that ambition within you, you're good. There's a lot more that I have talked about in my blogs, the straight fire tips, so make sure to subscribe to YouTube, youtube.com/HeartFireMedia 210. Have a good day. Peace.